The Book of Kohelet. Dabre Kohelet ben Dawid, Melech bi Yerushalayim. Habel Charabalayim Ermar Kohelet. Habel Charabalim Chakul Habel. Mar Yitachron la Chadom Barkul Amalo. Shaya Amol Tachat Hashamesh. Dor Cholek war dor ba barcha eretz la'olam omedeh. Chashamesh wa zera chashamesh urbar chashamesh wa el markomo sho'af zarach hu sham. Cholek el dachrum war sobab el zafon. Sobab sabab charyalek charuak wa el sarabaya botal. Sab charuak كل خنخاليم خلاكيم أدخيام ورخيام أنينو مالي المكوم شار خنخاليم خلاكيم شام خم شربايم للكا كل خربرايم يرقعين لور يوكل إيش لربلو تشبع عين لي خراعود ولور تمالي أزين مشاموها Mar shachayar hu shayachye, umir sharayase hu shayase wa ein kul chadesh tachat chashemesh. Yesh daber sharyaramo, ra'e ze chadesh, chur karaba, charya la'olamim, rishir harya melarapanenu, ein zagru lachra shonim. וגם לאחרונים שיחיו, לא יגיע לכם זכרון אם שיגיעו לאחרגה. אני קהלת, קראתי מלך על ישראל בירושלים, ונתתי את לבי לדרוש ולתור בהרחקה אל כל אשר נעשה תחת Harishamayim Ur Inayin Rar Natan Elohim Laraba Necha Adam Larhanot Bo Rarati Atkul Ha Marashim Shanarasu Tachat Harashamesh Warhine Adkul Chabal U Raud Ruak Ma Ua Lo Yukal Ladatakom Warharasaron Lo Yukal larharamano. Darabati ani labi laramor ani hine yi gadalti barharasafati chakma alakul asher chalya larapanai el Yerushalayim ulabi chra archarabe chakma wara da'at waratena labi lada'at chakma war da'at kholahlot war sarakalut yadatid sharagam zehu ra'ayun ruak ki barab khakma rab ka'am war yasif da'at yorsif mara ka'ub. Chapter 1 in English. The words of the preacher, the son of Dawid, king in Yerushalayim. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What is the profit to a man in all his labor, which he labors under the sun? A generation passes away and another generation comes, but the earth stands forever. The sun also arises, and the sun goes hurrying to its place. It arises there again. The wind goes toward the south and turning around to the north. The wind is going around, and the wind returns on its circuits. All the rivers are going to the sea, yet the sea is not full. To the place where the rivers are running, there they are returning to go again. All words are wearisome. A man is not able to utter it. The eye is not satisfied to see, nor is the ear filled from hearing. That which has been is that which shall be, and that which has been done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. There is a thing of which one might say, see, this, it is new. It has already been for the ages which was before us. There is no memory of former things, and also there is no memory for them of things which will be afterward, with those who will be at the last. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem, and I gave my heart to seek and to investigate by wisdom concerning all which is done under the heavens. It is an evil task Elohim has given to the sons of men to be afflicted by it. I have seen all the works which are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and striving after wind. What is crooked is not able to be put straight, and what is lacking is not able to be weighed out. I spoke with my heart, saying, behold, I have become great, and have increased wisdom over all who have been before me over Jerusalem. Yea, my heart has been seen abundance of wisdom and knowledge, and I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to know madness and folly. I know that this also is striving after wind. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he increasing knowledge increases pain. Chapter 2 in Hebrew. Aramati anir belarabilaka na anak saka barasamacha uchrache batu warhine gamu chabel. Larasachak amarati marchaler ula shamacha marzo asa terati balabi laramashok baryaim at barasari ulabi nachak barchar kama bala achas barasarabalut ad ashah ar'e ze tog larabaneha adam Esher yarase tachad charishamayim marasa pariyame chariyachim charagadoti marasera baniti li batim natarati li karamim arasati li ganut bufarade sin vanatati rebachim etskol peri aseti li bachrekut mayim lar charishakut machim yair Sume, Asim, Kenati, Arabatim, Shafachat, Urbane Bayit, Hayali Gam Mekane, Barko, Warazoen Harabe Hayali, Makole Shahayu Larapane, B. Yerushalayim. Karasti, Ligam Kasip, Warazahab, Warasaragolat, Malakim, Barharamadinot, Arasati, Li Shahrim, Warashahud, Waratar Arnunot, Banai Ha Adam, Shadar Warashadot, Waragadalti, Warharasafati, Makoli Shechaya, Larapane Bi Yerushalayim, Avchakmati, Aramada Li, Warakol Eshesha'alu Ani Ro, Arasati, Machim Lor, Manati, at labi bakol saramacha, ki labi samacha, mekol aramali, warize haya, kalaki mekol amali. Wura paniti, ani bakol marase shara suryadi, bar amal sharamalti, larasod warhine hakol, chaber bukhra ud ruah, Wa'in itarum tachat charshamesh. Mur farneti ani lihrachut hatma. Barchalalot warasakalot ki mecha adam shayabo. Ekrai chamelik at asher kabat arasuhu. Waraditi ani shayes itarum larachakma. מן הסקלות, כי תרון חיור מן החושך. חכם ענל בחרושו, ורחרקסיר בחושך, חולק בר ידעתי גם אני, שר מקרל אחד יקרא. את כולם. ורמרתי אני בלבי, במרקחרר חרקסיל גם אני יקרני, ולאמר חרקמתי אני אז יותר, ודברתי בלבי לשדם זה חבל, כי אין זכרון להרחקם עם חרקסיל לעולם, ברשר קבר חר ימים חרבאים חכול, נשכח יק ימות חכם עם חרקסיל. ורשנאתי את החיים, כי רער עלי חרמרסי, שנרסה תחת חרשמש, כי הלכו לחבל ורעוד רוח. זנרתי אני את כול ארמלי, שרני עמל תחת חרשמש. שרני חרנו לרדם שיקיה אקראי. ורמי ירא חכם יקיה אור סקול, ורישלט ברקול ארמלי. שר מחלתי ורשר חרקמתי, תחת חרשמש גם זה חבל. וסבותי אני לייאש אלקי, על כל חרמול שם ארמתי תחת חרשמש. כי יש אדם שרמלו ברחכמה ובדעת ובכשרון ולאדם שלא רמל, בור יתננו חלקו גם זה חבל ורער דבר. כי מרח חיה לרדם ברכל עמלו ובריאודיון, לרבור שחור עמל תחת השמש. כי כל ירמל מרקה רובים ורקעם עננו. גם בלילה לא שקע, לבור גם זה חבל הוא. אין תור ברדם שירו אכל ורשתר, ורחרער נפשו טוב, בא ארמלו גם זה. רדתי אני כי מידך אלוהים היא, כי מי יאכל ומין יחוש חוץ ממני. כי לרדם שתוק, לרפנל נתן חכמה, ורדעת ורשמחת, ולוטה נתן עניים, לרסוף ולחנכות, לתת לטוב, לרפניך אלוהים, גם זה חבל ורעות רוח. Chapter 2 in English. I said in my heart, come now, I will test you with mirth. Therefore consider with goodness, and behold, this is also vanity. I said of laughter, it is madness, and of mirth, what does it do? I sought in my heart how to drag my flesh with wine, and leading my heart in wisdom, and to lay hold on folly, until I might see what the good for the sons of man is, that which they should do under the heavens, the number of the days of their life. I made my works great. I built houses for myself. I planted vineyards for myself. I made gardens and parks for myself. I planted trees in them of every fruit. I made pools of water for myself, to water from them the forest shooting forth. I bought slaves and slave girls, and I had sons of slave girls, and slaves of the house were mine. Also livestock, a herd, and a great flock were mine, above all that were in Jerusalem before me. I also gathered to me silver and gold and the treasure of kings and of provinces. I made ready male singers and female singers for myself and the delights of the sons of men, a concubine and concubines. And I became great and increased more than all who were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom stayed with me, and all that my eyes desired, I did not set aside from them. I withheld not my heart from all mirth, for my heart rejoiced from all my labor, and this was my part from all my labor. Then I faced on all my works that my hands had done, on the labor that I had labored to do. And lo, all is vanity and striving after wind, and there is no profit under the sun. And I turned to behold wisdom and madness and folly. For what can a man do who comes after the king when they have already done it? Then I saw that there is advantage to wisdom above folly, even as light has advantage over darkness. The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And I also know that one event happens with all of them. And I said in my heart, as the event of the stupid one, even so it will happen to me. Why then was I more wise? Then I said in my heart that this also is vanity. For there is not a memory of the wise more than the fool forever, and that already the days to come will be forgotten. And how does the wise die above the fool? So then I hated life, because the work that is done under the sun is evil to me. For all is vanity and striving after wind. Yes, I hated all my labor, that I labored under the sun, that I might leave it to the man who will be after me. And who knows if he will be a wise man or a fool. Yet he shall rule among all my labor in which I labored, and acted wisely under the sun. This is also vanity, and I turn to make my heart despair over all the labor which I labored under the sun. When there is a man whose labor is with wisdom and with knowledge and with advantage, yet he shall give it to a man who does not labor with it for his share. This also is vanity and great evil. For what is there for man in all his labor, in striving of his heart, which he has labored under the sun? For all his days are pains, and his task is grief. His heart does not even take rest in the night. Even this also is vanity. Is it not good that he should eat and drink and make his soul see good in his labor? This I also saw, that it was from the hand of Elohim. For who can eat or who can enjoy apart from me? For Elohim gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight. But to the sinner, he gives the task of gathering and collecting to give to him who is good before Elohim. This also is vanity and striving after wind. Chapter 3 in Hebrew. La kol zaman warat kol chafetz tachat hashamayim. At laladad wa at lamut, at larata'at, wa at larakur nartu'a, at lacharok, wa at larapo, at laraperutz, wa at labanot, at labakot, wa at lasachak, at sopot, ورأت راكو أد لار خرسلايك أربانين وأد كانون أربانين أد لا خباك وأد لي راخوك محباك أد لا رباكش وأد لا ربا أد لا رشامور وأد لا خرسلايك أد لا كروا وأد لا تابور أد لا خسوط وأد لا ربا أد لا أخاب وأد لا رسنا أد ملخما وأد شالوم مار يترون خرسير با الشير هو أمال رأتي أد خر أدنايهين الشنتان إلوهين لبني خادام لرنوبو أد هاركول يا سيد يافي باري تورغام أد خالام نتان بلابام مير بالي الشلو يماسا خادام أد خرمرسي الشير أسا خا إلوهين مخروش وأد صوف يراتي كي أنتو بام كي إم لرشا مخا ولرسوت تو بخايد ورقم كل خادام شايو أكل ورشتا خراء تو باركول أمالور مرتات ألوخيم هو يدارتي كي كل أشر يا أسيخا ألوخيم هو يكيلا أولام ألال إن لا رخصي فورمامينو إن نجاروا ورها ألوخيم أرسال شايراو ملاربانا مار الشاحايا كربالخون ورهشال خيو بار كربار خريار برخلوخين يباكيش أد نرداف ورو قرارتي تخت خشامش ما كون مشبات شما خرشار وبما كون خرصادك شمالها رشا أمرتي أني بلابي أد خرصادي وأد خرشار شبات خيلوخين كي أد لكل خافت والكل خرمرسي شام ورمرتي أني بلابي الدبرت بناي خادام لربرام خيلوخين ولا راؤوت شخم برخما خما لخم كي ماركراب بناي خادام بور ماركري خربخما وما كري أخالخم كرموت زي كين موت زي وهو الأخا لاركول موتار خادام من خربخما أيكي خاكول خاطبو أركول خليك لما كوم خات خاكول خريار من خرفار برخ خاكول شاب الخرفار مياد هواك وناي خادام خاولاهي لما الله وهو أبخيم خيرادات هي لرماتا لخير لسرارتي كي أين تو مات أشير يسمح خادام با مرسال كي هو خلاكو كي مي يرباينو لغراود بامي شايكي أكرال. Chapter 3 in English. To all there is an appointed time, even a time for every purpose under the heavens, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pull up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to give up as lost, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sew together, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time for love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. What profit does he who works have in that in all which he labors? I have seen the task which Elohim has given to the children of men to be humbled by it. He has made everything beautiful in its time. Also, he has set eternity in their heart, without which man cannot find out the work that Elohim makes from the beginning and to the end. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice to do good in his life. And also every man that eats and drinks and sees good in his labor, it is the gift of Elohim. I know that whatever Elohim does, it shall be forever. Nothing is to be added to it, and nothing is to diminish from it. And Elohim does it so that they fear before him. That which has been, it already is. And that which is to be, it already has been. And Elohim seeks what has gone by. And again, I saw under the sun the place of justice. Wickedness is there, and the place of righteousness, wickedness is there. I said in my heart, Elohim shall judge the righteous and the wicked, for there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. I said in my heart concerning the matter of the children of men, that Elohim may test them and see that they by themselves are beasts. For that which happens to the children of men and that which happens to beasts, even one event is to them. As this one dies, so that one dies. Yea, one breath is to all, so that there is to the man no advantage over the beast, for all is vanity. All go to one place, all are of the dust, and all return to the dust. Who knows the spirit of the sons of man, whether it goes upward, and the spirit of the beast, whether it goes downward to the earth? Therefore I have seen that nothing is better than that the man should rejoice in his works, for that is his portion. For who can bring him to see what shall be after him? Chapter 4 in Hebrew. What sharabati anihwa at kol khar arashukim adashar narasim takhat hashamesh warhine derama arha arashukim wa elakim manachim umeyad arashachachem khora elakim manachim ورسباخ خني الحرمتين الشور كربارة متو ميخا خيم الشرخما قيم الدينا ورتور مرشانخم الشر أدان لو خيار الشلوخ أرد خرمرسا خرار الشر نرسا تخد حرشانش وردتياني أدكول أمال وأدكول Ki shahron haramara seki hi kanaat ish neriehu gamze chaber ura uad harakasir hara bak at yadal war okal at karasaro tor malo kaf tachat memalo harabanim amal ukhraut uruat war sharabati ani wa area Habel tachat harshamash. Yesh achat war en sheni gam. Ben wa ak en lo la en kret. La kol amalo. Gam analio. Lord tishbar ad sharulani ani amal. Umar Hadaser Anabashi, Me Tobar Gamze Habel War Anayin Rahu, Tobim Hadishanayin Had Esher Yeslakim, Sarkar Toba Ala Amalam, Ki Yarapaluha Achat Yakim Ad Haraberuba, Eloha Achat Shayapol, Waina Sheni Lachakimu. Gamim Yeshkabo Shanayim Wachlam, Lachim Ula Achat Ariek Yachim. Warim Yitarakapo Ha Echa Harisanayim Yaramadu Negado Warharhut. Haramashulash Lor Ba Mahira Minatak. Tobialat Masakin Wachakam Melek. Zakin ura karsil eshe loriyada la hek zakir ot. Kima bayr kharsura yimisa. Lara melek kigam bar melakuto nolet rash. Rareti akul khayim khamala khakim takhar kharshameshim khayalir kharsheni eshe yaramot takhatal. Enkets lakul khayim. لكل إشير خيال رحبانيخم قامها أخرونين رو يرسمخو بوركي قام زي خابل وراريون واك شرمور راقا لايكا كارشرت لك رباير خائلخين وركروب لرشمورا متاد خرك السليم زباقي أنا يرايم لرسول Chapter 4 in English. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And behold, the tears of those who were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And at the hand of those who oppressed them was power, but there was no comforter to them. Then I commended the dead who had already died, more than the living who are alive until now. Yes, better than both is he who has not yet been born, and who has not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. And I considered every labor and every advantage of the work, that it is the envy of a man against his neighbor. This is also vanity and striving after wind. The fool folds his hands together and eats his own flesh. Better is a palm filled with rest than 2 fists with labor and striving after wind. Then I returned and saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second. Yea, he has neither son nor brother, and there is no end to all his labor. Even his eyes are not satisfied with riches. And he says, for whom do I labor, and take good from my soul? This is also vanity. Yes, that is an evil task. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, this one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him, the one that falls, and there is not another to lift him up. And if 2 lie together, then they have warmth. But for one, how is he warm? And if one overthrows him, 2 shall withstand him. And a 3-fold cord is not quickly torn apart. A poor and a wise child is better than the old and stupid king who does not know to be warned anymore. For from the house of the imprisoned he goes forth to rule, although in his kingdom he was born poor. And I saw all the living who walk about under the sun, with a second child who shall stand up in his place. There is no end to all the people, to all who have been before them. They also who come after shall not rejoice with him. Surely this is also vanity and striving after one.